Here's a short video on Plymbridge Woods and surrounding area. I used to come here a lot when I was young, and the place, there's so much you can do with viaducts, there's birds of prey, there's all sorts of things around here. I think you'll enjoy this video. There are 3 places you can park at Plymbridge. This is area number 1, which is where I parked. And one's right near the bridge and the other one's right near the railway line. Here's a sign that brings me memories. When my daughter was about 4, I said to her, at Plymbridge there's flying motorbikes around here. And every time I see this, I think of my daughter. Here's the second car park. It's right by the bridge. And on a summer's day, and it's hot, you'll get an ice cream van here as well. Well, here's the bridge. Here's the third car park. And again, on a summer's day, you can get ice cream and coffee here. And at this car park, you can get access to the steam railway. You can get access to Route 27 here, which is the cycleway from the town centre, goes all the way to Ilfracombe. Here's the station at the Plymbridge end. The other end is at Marsh Mills. Such trains are the ones that negotiate this route for our enjoyment. Let's follow the cycle route and see where it takes us. We're now entering the Plymbridge Woods. It's a funny looking bench. This route has quite a lot of strange little buildings, you're not sure what they are. Obviously this used to be the railway line, originally it went to Tavistock. The route's very popular with cyclists and runners. Lots of insects, bumblebees, all sorts around here. At this point there's a path where you can get access to Cannes Woods. This foxglove looks a bit strange. I've seen that before, in a foxglove. Funny what you see along this route. That's something you don't see every day. Smiley face on the tree trunk. Unusual water on spiders' webs. Looks quite amazing. Found some people sitting on the benches. Now if you do come along here, there's loads of seating areas along this route. So if you want to pause, have a break, have a cup of coffee, do a rollie, whatever floats your boat. No idea what this is, but it looks interesting. Who knows? Here's a fun bridge. You can cross this bridge and go to Cannes Woods. I also call this bridge Echo Bridge because when you're underneath and talk, it all echoes. It sounds really weird. Can be a lot of fun. They've even got a seating area here, so when you do echo effects, you can sit down in comfort and have a bit of a giggle. We're coming up to the first viaduct. There's also an wrecked old abandoned building here. And there's an information plaque about this site on the other side of the bridge as well. Before we cross the bridge, we're going to explore the old building. Right by the bridge is the staircase, which takes you right down the bottom to the quarry. Let's explore the relics of the building that we just spotted. When you look at the building, you can see it looks like fireplaces on the second floor, the first floor. It looks like it used to be a two-story building in its heyday. And there's a path that goes behind, and obviously you can walk along it, you get to the bridge and go to Canwoods. I'm going to record the whole journey down the stairs, as there's a few interesting things. Not for the light-hearted, you do need to be a bit fit to do this. Not exactly wheelchair friendly. It's well maintained. Obviously this house site is managed by the National Trust. The first archway is quite interesting. I'm not really sure what that's all about. There's some gaps there, which must have served some purpose at some time. So it looks like at one time this used to be some sort of quarry. There's a massive gap, and peregrine falcons are nesting in the walls at certain times of year. And I was here about 3-4 weeks ago, and there was people with lenses and cameras taking recordings and taking footage of it. It's quite lovely here. I do think Plymouth's got some gems, and I rate Plymbridge as one of them. There's a sign about danger. Deep cold water. No swimming, no jumping, apparently. We're almost at the bottom. Again, there's a lot of old buildings here. I know on the other side of the river there used to be a water wheel. This is the second bridge. The original bridge was demolished, and this one was rebuilt many years later. It looks like it used to be a water wheel here at one time. When you look up, you can see the cliff facing. So this looks like many years ago was carved, and this was a quarry at one time. Piece of the original bridge, and I think there's 3 or 4 of these, but the top section obviously was removed, and the new one was built. We're now going to take the route to a waterfall. That'd be the sound of running water. Right, we're going to head back to the viaduct now. Just spotted the bird box. Which happens to be opposite the derelict building. Well, we're now on top of the bridge. What can you see when you look down? From the waterfall side, the views are spectacular. Here's the clear facing of where the peregrine falcons can be when they're nesting. And down there, of course, is where we've just come from, where the waterfalls are. Let's carry on walking along and see what we see. Keep walking along this route. You'll cross over another 2 viaducts, You'd also go through a tunnel, which is quite short but very dark in the middle. There are lights in the tunnel. It's quite a nice little route, and eventually you have to come off this route because there's a house and a garden in the way, and there's a pub called Skylark, which is quite a nice little watering hole if you're cycling. And you can carry on this route through Tavistock, through Bideford, up to Ilfracombe. But you'll see these little markers for different routes, and there's quite a few little different routes you can take depending on how long and how far you want to go. This particular route is just after the bridge, and it takes you to a staircase, and you can walk down to the waterfall this way. I'm not actually going to walk down this staircase now because I want to show you some more old houses. This route gets everybody here, even people with children. Well, this looks like it's a red route, nice and hilly, maybe that's why it's red. And there's a path down there with no signage. I'm sure that goes somewhere. And we're now going to walk down to underneath the viaduct again. We're at the bottom of the viaduct now. There's a red and orange post sign there for walkers. And there's the viaduct. And we're going to take this route now. And you can see obviously the base of the old bridge there. You always seem to get line build up on the old buildings, and this one's no exception. There's even a load down there as well. And here we have the second water wheel. Without the water wheel, of course. This recording's done with no edits, so when I make a mistake, it has to stay there. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying my peculiar, unusual content. It's not the BBC, but hopefully you'll find it fun. And it'll be interesting to see what this looks like in another 10-20 years' time, and people can look back at these videos. We're now at the bottom of the stairs that we were at the top of about 5-10 minutes ago. It's a little spot. You keep walking under the bridges, along the river. It's a very nice route, and it goes on for many miles. When you come to the Plymbridge, you can walk along the railway line, and that's quite stunning. But I think this hidden gem is walking along the river is even better. Here we are at the top of the waterfall. I've seen people before now bring model boats here and having lots of fun with their boats. We're now walking along the river, back to the car. Brings me back old memories. When I was a teenager, early teenager, I actually climbed up there. I wouldn't try doing it now, break my neck. I used to do pretty reckless things when I was a child. It's a funny little pathway here that takes you right down to the river. For those fishermen, that might be of interest. If you come here, there is a way you can fish here legally. Apparently there's crayfish here. And when it's really warm, people come here and they can actually swim here. And I've seen people before now jumping off the trees, diving into the water. It's a very popular place here. Sometimes it's too popular and it can be a bit rammed. Also on the other side of the bank here, you can actually see another path. You can actually walk along the river on both sides of the River Plym. And there's even sand here. It's not your typical beach though. Well, we're almost back at the car. One thing good about Plymbridge, there are paths all over the place. Every time you come here, if you want to, you can go somewhere different. Well, thank you for watching the video to the end. We're almost back at the car park. Look at this map again, you'll see the different routes. So you've got here, there's a green route for cyclists and walkers. There's the orange route, and obviously there's the red route as well. So there's plenty of different routes here. The blue route also is a mountain trail, 18 minutes ride. You've got the red mountain bike trail, which is red, and that's 12 minutes, and that's challenging. Thanks for watching the video. Signing off now. Have a great day wherever you are. Plymbridge out.